Hi, third grade readers. This is Ms. Puzio, and today we are in Module 8, Imagine, Invent, and this is Lesson 4, and our focus question for this module is, what does it take to make a successful invention? So even when we're going over vocabulary strategy, and other skills and strategies, you should always keep the focus question in mind because everything always comes back to the focus question, which is what does it take to make a successful invention? So our objective, or the goal that we want to reach by the end of this lesson, is to be able to determine or find the meaning of grade level academic vocabulary with roots and suffixes. So we're going to explore the Greek root graph and the suffix logy. So you've probably heard these words before, and many words that you've come across without even realizing it. And when we deal with root words and suffixes, this is a great strategy for utilizing context clues when we come across words that we don't understand. So first, let's review what we have learned about Greek roots and suffixes. So a root is a basic word part, usually from Greek or Latin, that carries meaning. For example, in the word happiness, we can pull out the word happy, so we can understand what the word happiness means. A suffix is a word or a part added to the end of a base word or a root word that changes the meaning of the word. Okay, so for example, the example I just gave you before, happiness, okay, or delightful, the suffix full means to be full of. So delightful would be to be full of delight or feeling delight. So let's go over the Greek root graph. It means to write or record. So let's take a look at this model here, and let's look at some of the words that come along with it. We have autograph, photograph, and biography. So before we move on, I'm just going to show you some more examples. So first, what we're going to do is we're going to just explore and go over them a little bit. So again, graph is to write, draw, or record, and logy is the science or study of. So for example, let's look at telegraph. Here's a picture of the telegraph. The telegraph recorded and sent electronic messages that people could read across great distances using wires. Then we have technology. Technology is the use of science to invent useful solutions. Now let's practice. So we're going to take a word part plus a root or a suffix. So we have auto, which means on your own, and graph means to write or record. So our new word is autograph, which means to write one's own name or a person's signature. So auto means on your own. Okay, if something is automatic, it happens on its own. So think about it, when you write your autograph, or if you get someone who is famous, you get their autograph, they are writing their own name. Okay, let's look at the next word, photo plus graph. So we know what a photo is, like a picture, and graph means to record or write something. So the word that we get when we put these two together is photograph, which is to record an image or a picture of something. So think of any time you've taken a photograph of something. Here we have zoo plus logy. And if we put those together, we get zoology, which is the study or science of the animal kingdom. So logy means the study of, and zoo we know means to deal with animals, so this must mean the studying of animals or the animal kingdom. Here we have geo and logy, and if we put those together, we get geology. So geo, that word or that word part, is dealing with the earth and the science of the earth, and logy means the science or the study of, so geology must mean the study or science of the earth's structures. Let's check and see if we're correct. Yep, we got all of those words correct. Now let's practice some more. Which word best completes the sentence? My parents gave me an old baseball signed with an blank from a famous baseball player. Why don't you pause this video and see which one you would choose? Telegraph, autograph, or photograph? Which one means to write your own name? If you chose autograph, you are correct. Which word best completes the sentence? My aunt teaches blank to help her students study the earth. So we're looking for which word part means to study the earth. Technology, zoology, or geology? Pause the video, see which one you would pick, and then unpause when you're ready to see if you get it correct. If you chose geology, you are correct. The word part geo is dealing with the earth, and logy means the science or study of. So we know that geology is the science or study of the earth's structures. Which word best completes this sentence? My sister showed me a blank of the mountains that she took on her vacation. So here we know graph means to read or record something. So what are we recording here? Telegraph, autograph, or photograph? Take a look at the image here. Pause and then come back and see if you got it right. If you chose photograph because this is a photo and she was taking photos or recording them, you are correct. A photograph is a picture or image of something. Which word best completes this sentence? A scientist who studies blank visited our class to discuss how some animals interact with their surroundings. So we know that the suffix logy deals with the science or study of something. So which word part means to study animals? Tech, zoo, or geo? If you chose zoology, you are correct. Okay, good job. So now we're going to go back and we're going to review a little more, but just remember, graph means to write, draw, or record, and then the suffix logy means the science or study of something. So then you can use that along with the root words or the word parts to help you figure out the meaning of the unknown words. So let's take a look here. So when you do your check for understanding, I want you to identify the root graph or the suffix logy in each word and make predictions about the word's meanings. So since we just did that whole review, that should definitely help and support you with your check for understanding, with dealing with root graph and the suffix logy.